Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're hopping into the next episode of The 100. This is season 5, episode 7, titled Acceptable Losses. So, season 5 of The 100 is cooking. This is some good shit that's happened so far. Last episode, we kind of took some turns with some characters, like Maddie, for the most part. She kind of betrayed Clark, quote unquote, by siding with Octavia. Because there was a moment in that episode where Clark like specifically told her like you cannot trust Octavia. She's not the girl in the stories anymore. She used to be my friend. I don't know who she is anymore. But then fast forward to the end of the episode where the dropship was coming to pick up all the defectors and Maddie kind of slipped out of sight, during the commotion, and she went and found Octavia. Now, I did mention it being a little cheesy that Clark just happened to walk in as Blood Reina, Octavia, and Maddie were doing the whole blood handshake thing, kind of initiating her into one crew. It was a little cheesy, but the visual storytelling was there. The allegiance is on the fence basically for Maddie because now she Clark may be like her mother, quote unquote, but Maddie is also trying to be protected because she's special. She's special in the sense that she's also a Nightblood, but she's not a false Nightblood like Clark is. She wasn't like created. She wasn't artificially created, She is actually a Nightblood. And that's a secret that Clark wants to keep because they don't want Gaia finding out, excuse me, and basically putting her and Octavia in harm's way because there's going to be a conclave, etc., etc., etc. So that's a storyline that's intriguing me now because before I wasn't really big on Maddie. Not gonna lie, I'm not really big on kid actors in shows or movies or whatever, just because for the most part they're not great. And she's not great to be honest, but she's not bad either. She's serviceable. She's doing her job, and I feel like now that she's kind of taken her character story to the next level, it's now becoming a little bit more interesting. Um, Other character wise, I'm not big on Murphy and Amori getting back together. I mean, I get why they're doing it. I just wish that we spent time with them on the ring before we just hopped into season 5. It was like, oh, back down to earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many missed story opportunities. Like, I would have capitalized on it. Like, that's the golden goose. Like, so much. Oh, man, they could have done so much with that. Like, I'm not gonna stop bringing that up. If that annoys you guys, too bad. So, I'm just saying they had like gold in their hands and they just let it slip through their fingers. It's frustratingly annoying sometimes, but it is what it is. We haven't seen Raven in a minute. Same with Abby. Abby is supposedly working around the clock to find some sort of treatment or cure or whatever is going on with the people in Diosa's group. Like there's some sort of medical condition that they need reversed somehow. I'm not really sure. I can't really remember. Did they explain what was going on with them? It was like something to do with like their mining missions. Like they did something to them and they want it reversed. Something like that, right? So we'll see what happens there. Echo is now infiltrated Diosa's ship by pretending to be a defector. She got the some sort of backdoor power, backdoor code or whatever to basically have us spy and take control of their camera or whatever of the eye. I think that's what they were referring to it as. Um, by having that inside of because that's where she got it. She pulled it out of like one of the people she was walking in with. Like, was that always part of the plan? Because I was like, oh shit, like that's pretty fucked up. But Octavia's gotten pretty dark side this season. I mean, I like it, but I'm just saying it's probably going to get pretty ugly before it gets better, especially when it comes to her personal relationships with Bellamy and her friendships with like Clark and all that. If she even has any left, I'm surprised Indra's not like keeping her in check a little bit because where is Indra? She's still around, right? She's not dead. Right. She shouldn't. I don't think she was in the last episode. Now I think about it. But either way, we'll see what happens with that. She should be her right hand person, like to give her like her main person to like give her counsel. So I'm surprised Indra's allowing this to happen. But well, I guess we'll figure out where she's been. What else is going on? I don't know. But let's just hop in, have a good time, and just see what's going on. But before I do, let's just if you guys want to just watch this episode with me in its entirety, avoid the YouTube highlights, hop on over to Patreon. There you'll find the full-length, uncut, unedited reactions, as well as early access to everything else you see here on the channel, and exclusive reactions. So if any of that interests you, hop on over to Patreon. Can't support me over there, you can always support me right here on YouTube. All you gotta do is like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Now let's stop talking, hop in, have a good time, and we'll just discuss it afterwards. Alright guys, here we go.
Like each of us, somehow this valley survived. It's the last sanctuary on Earth. I'll be sitting down with each of you to learn your stories, how you can be helpful, and to see if you can be trusted. Welcome home.
Abby? Abby?
What is going on?
What the hell happened?
I got the bullet out, but there was too much internal damage. I did everything I could.
Was that before or after you took these?
She was shot, Marcus. Octavia Blake killed her, not me.
Karina came here for a second chance.
I did everything I could.
I put my life on the line for you, and you promised me that you would quit.
And I will.
Stop lying! Give me the phone. This was supposed to be our second chance.
If I don't find a cure soon, people are gonna start dying.
People are already dying. And you call this functioning?
Bellamy, you've been staring at that all night. Go. Get some sleep, okay? I got this.
It's been 8 hours. Raven could have built a cathedral by now.
They'll get it done.
I know. Wish it was me over there.
Is that Harper? She looks so different with makeup.
Well, any word?
We can count on Echo.
You're still upset we shot the traitors. I get how that must look to you, but we're fighting for our lives here, Bellamy.
Interesting.
The Hydro Farm is on its last legs. It's a miracle you showed up when you did. I haven't thanked you enough for that. If we can just get to Shallow Valley, things will be better. I promise.
Funny. That's the same thing we said about getting back down to the ground. Then we found you.
Whoa, hey. Canteen.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna have water there.
Take it anyway.
Clark, I'm not a baby anymore.
I know. Which is why people are more likely to notice how special you are. And that's why you're gonna suck today. No one can think that you'd make a good commander. Not Gaia, and especially not Octavia.
Clark, I understand.
No, you don't. Jasper's goggles, I'm guessing.
I miss my algae farm. I thought being around all this might help.
Does it?
Most of the crops are fallow. The equipment needs repair. I give it 3 weeks until this place is as dead as the wasteland.
I've been meaning to give this to you.
Jasper's handwriting.
I found it at Arcadia, not long after Prime Fire. I nearly read it a couple of times, but now I'm glad I didn't.
Guard the door. Just be a minute.
What? What's going on here?
The keypad energizes the solenoid, pulls the coil and pin back. The magnet can do the same thing.
Okay. That was pretty neat. Pretty nifty.
Biocontainment lab. What the hell is that for?
Let's find out.
Do you want to just start unzipping things like this? Like, why would you do this? You don't know if there's like a virus they're containing? Like, come on, really?
Oh my god. They're breeding them.
What? Just in time to see it? Do something.
The cold must slow them down.
The dramatic timing is great.
He's alive.
Help me!
Hey, spacewalker.
Finally. Tell me this is a rescue op.
Sure.
It won't be anything if we can't get out of this church. I'm betting by now my girl's figured out how to slip her collar.
Did they hire a new makeup artist on the show right now? Because these girls have like impeccable makeup for being in this situation. Basically supermodels.
It's essentially a keylogger. It's brilliant. Too bad we can't get to the bridge without our heads exploding.
What about Kane?
He's with Dioza. I don't know what happened to him in that bunker, but he's different.
They're all different.
I was about to say.
Hey, can we talk?
What the fuck? You're gonna just say that out in the open? No, I'm not talking to you.
I have some unfortunate news.
What now?
Karina's dead. She was Lawada Clearon crew, so the rites will be performed this afternoon. Together we can make sure that her death will not be in vain.
If Octavia does know, she won't listen to me. We need help. Can I talk to you? Privately.
By now.
The fuck?
Real diplomatic.
Yeah, fuck you, Clark. What?
Would Cooper do something without my sister's approval?
Only if she got mine first. She brought back the worms.
She's breeding them, experimenting on defectors. One of them is still alive.
Why would she do that? My guess, keep them dormant long enough to deliver them in the next defection. Show me.
Huh.
What the hell do you want? Letting Murphy go bit me in the ass. McCreary and 2 of our people are missing, and now Dio's is starting to question my loyalty, so make it quick, or I'm leaving.
When I was on your mothership, I saw the Hithilodium tanks.
Hithilodium is killing everyone it came into contact with, so bringing it down here just may be the worst idea I've ever heard.
Until the worms get here.
How could you be loyal to someone who collars people like animals, tortures them? I saw her file. Shaw, you're good. I can see it in your eyes.
When I was a kid, after the Battle of San Francisco, I watched the evacuation on TV.
The Battle of San Francisco.
When we reported that the miners were getting sick, Lee just saw it differently. Order 11 came down. Bring home the Hithilodium, leave the prisoners. Captain Stevens agreed, and I did it.
You deactivated the Shaw collars.
So you see, Dio's is not as bad as you think, and I'm not as good as you hoped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's very mid. Everybody on their side is very middling. It's like, take them or leave them.
My clan no longer exists. I'm coming to you for safe harbor because I have nowhere else to go.
Your story is our story, Echo. So, how can you be useful in my camp?
I'm a spy.
Thank you, Echo.
What? Why would she say that?
Are you sick? Abby said you wouldn't let her examine you. If you are, you can trust her to keep it quiet.
Go get the next defector.
Get to class.
Not you. I can tell you're holding back.
Clark told you to hold back, didn't she? You were wise to listen to her. Unfortunately, it was far too obvious. From your first advance, it was clear that you were hiding something.
I don't understand. You want me to fail too?
I want you to live.
Right, it's her job to preserve the last Nightblood or something. I don't know how to feel about...
Maddie, it's okay.
About Gaia's Cersei Lannister's haircut.
You don't have to be afraid. As I told Clark, I would never force you to accept this. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Sure. Here comes Clark.
The blood of the first commander, Becca Prometa, is your blood, and I will never let anyone harm you.
Let's get this over with.
What the hell are they doing here, Indra?
You knew about this. Of course I knew about this. It was my idea.
The worms can't survive in a green environment for more than a few days. Long enough to kill everyone they come in contact with before we get there.
Are we really having this conversation?
Yep.
Acceptable losses.
Fuck.
How many innocent lives have you sacrificed?
This is no different.
Blood
You're
right
just
now.
trying to save your
They're all
people.
dead.
So am I.
One of the defectors survived.
Looks like we found something that's not acceptable.
But Reyna, you don't want to do this. Spare me your hypocrisy, Clark. Miller told me about the man that you irradiated in Becca's lab.
We don't do this.
I don't want anything to happen to your friends, Bellamy.
Your friends.
It's time for one crew to go home.
Okay.
No way. Shaw's an ally. There are times in war where you have to do the wrong things for the right reasons. This is one of those times. Besides, you said yourself, they can't kill him because they need him to fly. He will take me to the bridge. I just need more time.
Betray him? How?
Monty, I know you're an optimist. You think better days are ahead. But that's not true. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. There's only the tunnel. I've come to the conclusion that we're the problem. Human beings, all of us. The cycle can't be broken as long as we're here. It doesn't matter what we do. Coming back to the ground, opening the bunker, all we've done is make things worse. If a war is the only way to have the last survivable land on Earth, then maybe we don't deserve it.
Shit. I mean, that's a way to look at it. I mean, I get the reasoning. No one else thinks the makeup is, like, distracting? It's, like, distractingly bad.
What's so important? You said you couldn't trust a spy. Does that mean even if my information is good, it won't help me get out of this collar? Trust can be earned. I've been here a day, and already I know there's a traitor in your camp. Your pilot. Shaw's conscience can get in the way of his duties. But having a soft side hardly makes him a traitor. About disobeying orders. Or giving comfort to the enemy. When he told you Raven locked you out of the missile system, he was lying.
It was him.
And I can prove it.
Huh. What angle is Echo playing here? Besides screwing over the pilot. Shaw.
No more lectures, Indra. I didn't sanction human testing, but that doesn't mean I won't use what Cooper learned to help save my people.
When were you going to tell me about this weapons plan?
When were you going to tell me you helped Kane escape?
I won't apologize for protecting you from yourself.
Get out.
Gladly.
I said go!
Man, what are they doing to Octavia? What the fuck?
Be careful of the dark, Octavia. Too easy to lose your way.
Echo says you accused my pilot of sabotage. That he, not you, locked me out of my missile system. I need proof.
Proof that I can't do it? What? What?
Okay.
Oh, so they can plug in the thing. Duh.
Just watch. It's buried under layers of rote object code.
Really? That's all it took?
See? There it is. The ghost trail.
Bellamy, something's happening. We're in. Echo did it. Wait, Bellamy. As soon as we tell her, she marches to war and unleashes those worms.
That's why we gotta get there first. I'll get Monty and Harper, you get Maddie, we leave tonight.
Like, Clark's makeup is okay.
Monty, come on. Echo got it done. Time to program the loop so we can go.
I'm not going.
No. What? Jasper should have been with us on the ring. But he wasn't because he gave up.
Wonker's about to fight for that valley because they don't think they can survive here, but with this, they can.
I know you wanted to avoid all this, but
Our friends come first?
yeah.
God, I miss space.
Yep.
I wanted to apologize.
Does that mean that you believe I did all I could to save that girl?
Under the circumstances, yes. I'd walk through fire for you. I'd die for you. But I won't watch you kill yourself. So I need you to choose me or the pills.
Please. I need for you to trust me, as I
Choose.
do.
The pills.
Take a seat, I'll be right with you.
Are we finally gonna figure out what's up with Dioza?
Anything good to report, Doc?
75% of your people are dying.
That's good. For Octavia.
So, am I right in assuming that you haven't come to get tested before now because you're already having symptoms?
Something like that.
What? She's pregnant? Okay. Yes, she is. What's about to happen here?
Be the last.
Damn.
Gaia, fit her for armor and get her a real sword.
Oh shit.
Maddie, we're about to fight a war on your land, for your land, and I could really use a second who knows the terrain when we get there.
Interesting. I accept. Eat shit, Clark. Okay.
Where's Maddie?
With your sister.
Clark, we don't have time for this. We have to leave now. We have no choice.
You're wrong. We have one.
What?
This is Clark Griffin. I have a question for Colonel Dioza.
Hello, Clark. It's been too long. What the hell do you want?
What would it take for you to share the valley?
Short of an unconditional surrender. Nothing.
Octavia will never surrender.
That's why we're gonna take her out.
Okay. Wait, take Octavia out or Dios? Dude. Alright guys, so that was the 100 season 5 episode 7 titled Acceptable Losses, and Octavia continues to scare me, guys. I mean, I like her character, I like the darkness. Indra kind of said it the best, is like, you know, don't get lost in the dark. It's easy to lose your path or lose your way or something. Yeah, it makes sense. Octavia's plan, I mean, from her point of view, it does make sense to kind of use biological warfare, using those worms, having those worms kind of infest a live body, a live defector body. So when the defector goes back to the shallow valley, they're gonna just, you know, burst worms out, and the worms are gonna kill everybody. And what was it, Cooper? Is that her name, Cooper? Basically, the lady, the scientist lady on Octavia's side said that she ran some numbers or calculations and said that the worms can't survive on Greenland, so they'll die out in a matter of days, which will give them enough time to basically wipe out everybody in the shallow valley. Now, people took like offense to that, or basically wanted to not go along with that plan because they do have friends there. Friends, comrades, acquaintances, however you want to label them. We do have people we care about and love in that valley. People like Kane, Abby, you know, now Raven, Echo. So we have a few people there that we kind of want to save. I mean, Abby and Kane, whatever, who cares? You know, I'm just saying. But obviously, we have a goal. We don't want Octavia to go so far as to call our friends that are just going to be caught in the crossfire as and labeling them as acceptable losses. Because fuck that. I mean, I get where Octavia's coming from. You gotta, you know, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. That's the saying, right? And she's basically saying the ends justifies the means. You know, so I mean, you can look at it from both sides, and from Octavia's point of view, I get it. You know, and also I get it from Bellamy's point of view. Like, we can't do that. Octavia, you know, we have to win this war. But then you have both sides, and then you have Monty coming in right in the middle, you know, trying to find some sort of peaceful solution to this, using his brains. And I think he kind of said it best. It's like, if it really all comes down to fighting a war over the last green spot on Earth, then no one deserves this. Like, what? Do we deserve to live if all we're going to do is keep fighting and continuing the cycle? And I kind of like how we brought in Jasper's note to kind of, you know, get that ball rolling in Monty's head. That was really neat. I actually was like trying to figure out what impact Jasper's note was going to have on the plot itself. And it didn't really until Monty kind of brought that up, and it was indirectly kind of like commenting or highlighting this continuing cycle, you know. So I really like how they kind of played with that, and they used Jasper as a way to kind of to save the day, so to speak. So I'm definitely liking that. Uh, the one thing that kept bothering me about this episode was they had to have hired on like a new makeup artist or something, because there was something going on with the makeup in this episode that I was just like, this is like distractingly bad. Now I'm not trying to say that in like a mean way, but I'm just saying for the situation they were in, Echo, Raven, they're prisoners, and they're the only ones there that look all dolled up and beautiful and sexy and like perfect makeup. Like I'm just like, everything about them looked perfect, and I'm like, they're supposed to be prisoners, beat up, roughed up. You know what I mean? And it looked distracting. It was distracting, and it took me out of the episode every time they were shown on screen, like close-ups of them, like their beauty shots and stuff like that. It's just, it looked like such a CW angle that it kind of frustrated me a little bit, but it is what it is. CW is gonna CW. Can't do anything about that other than just go along for the ride. Um, the Maddie stuff is continuing to intrigue me. Clark is just gonna have to, swallow that L and move on, because Maddie's made her choice. She said she's not a baby anymore, but that doesn't mean anything. You're still a kid, and while this is the end of the world or some post-apocalyptic kind of land we're living in, it does. You still don't have like enough wisdom and experience and just to make your own decisions like that, because she says that she's ready for all this and she understands and she knows the big picture ramifications of all this, but does she really? She's like 9. What does she really know? You know what I'm saying? So, but I do like what we're doing with her. She's becoming way more interesting these days, and the fact that now Octavia kind of is eyeing her as her possible second, I'm loving that. Because it kind of comes full circle, because Octavia was Indra's second, right? And now Octavia is finding her own second, because they're going to war, and they want Maddie to kind of be the person that can kind of march them through the terrain, because it's going to be it's out of their comfort zone. It's out of their they don't know the lay of the land. So if they were to have Maddie kind of, I guess, walk them through like a back entrance or some sort of secret way in, it makes sense to have us kind of go in and sneak attack the enemy. But was Clark implying at the end there that they need to take out Octavia? Because fuck that. I mean, take out Dioza. Speaking of, she's pregnant by who? McCreary? Is that what we were talking about? Because that would suck. Like, great. Okay. Like, what is that really going to be a thing now? Because that doesn't sound exciting. But McCreary's still like a hostage for Amori and John, right? Something we're probably going to get back to in a while. Um, Echo and Raven, they were able to install the thing by throwing Shaw under the bus. Are we supposed to feel bad for Shaw because he was kind of being a good guy? I mean, I guess, kind of. But I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that, other than maybe they can all work together and move forward, I guess. But throwing him under the bus and having him like get his shit kicked in, it is what it is. I mean, whatever. I kind of feel bad, but I kind of don't. So we'll just see where that goes going forward. They kind of hinted at like a romantic thing between Shaw and Raven earlier. We'll see if that like develops into anything going forward. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the whole Kane and Abby thing as well. Like I said, Dios is pregnant. They're still trying to find out ways to kind of reverse whatever it is going on with these guys. What else is going on here? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to seeing what the rest of the season has in store for us, because I like Octavia's dark turn, but I also don't like how over the top evil she's becoming, because yeah, it makes for a good story, but I'm also like, Jesus Christ, Octavia, like, scale back a little bit. But I can't help but wonder if Maddie's like becoming like so quick to join Octavia. I can't help but wonder if that's actually like a plan by Clark and them. Like if they're like playing Octavia, I don't know though. we'll find out. Yeah, what else is going on? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna end it there, though, guys. But this episode was really good. It's probably the best episode of the season so far because I can't really find much really to nitpick about other than the makeup stuff. But outside of that, the episode was fine. It was the story was good, the action was good, characters were doing stuff that made sense. So this was a good episode. So I think I'm just gonna end it there. All right, guys. If you guys enjoyed my review, enjoyed my reaction, you guys want to see this episode with me in its entirety, that option is available to you right now over on Patreon. Links are in the description down below or pinned in the top comment. If you can't support me on Patreon, you can always support me right here on YouTube. All you gotta do is like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Now I'm getting out of here. I'll catch you guys next time in the next episode of The 100, Season 5, Episode 8. Until then, adios, guys.
And if you liked what you saw, tell your friends, tell your family, tweet about it. And if you didn't like it, shut the fuck up.